In this quick start guide, we'll show you how to play 21 Bluff, a game for 2 to 4 players. We'll be demonstrating a 4-player game and how to use special power cards to outsmart your opponents. The objective of 21 Bluff is to get the closest to 21 without going over, while using special power cards. The first player to reach 21 points wins, or play multiple rounds and tally your score for a championship. Each deck has 13 power cards with unique abilities. Auto Split splits your hand to play 2 hands. Auto Double is a game changer. If you pick it up with your initial 2 cards, it doubles your hand value, and you'll draw 1 more card to complete your hand. However, if Auto Double is drawn later, it has an ace value of 1 or 11. The 0 card may add nothing to your point total, but it's the perfect tool for bluffing your opponents. Bust is an automatic bust. -1 subtracts 1 from your hand value. -2 subtracts 2 from your hand value. Automatic 21 sets your hand value to 21. Each player receives a full deck of a different color. After shuffling, players pass their deck to the person on their left. The game begins with the youngest player picking up the dealer button, which signifies their turn. In games with more than 2 players, the button signifies who the players are playing against. The dealer button moves clockwise with each hand. Each player draws 2 cards without showing them to anyone. The player with the dealer button can keep their hand as is, or offer to double or split to increase their hand value. Other players can accept or reject the offer and also offer to double or split their own hand. Players take turns asking for another card, hit, or keeping their current cards, stay. This alternates back and forth. If both players split their cards, the best hands face off and the worst hands face off. If a player gets Auto 21 and Bust, the hand is instantly busted, requiring the player to declare and fold. If a player gets Auto Double and Auto Split, Auto Double takes priority and they draw 1 more card. The round ends when everyone decides to stand, or one player busts by going over 21 points. The highest hand value wins. If there's a tie, no one gets points. The winner of each round gets 1 point, unless they doubled or split, which can increase the points to 2 or 4. Player 1 can initiate a split if they hold an auto split card in their initial draw, or have 2 identical cards. Upon splitting, one hand is divided into 2, and player 1 draws an additional card for each new hand. If player 2 accepts, each hand is worth 1 point. If player 2 rejects, player 1 wins 1 point. Player 1 can choose to double their points, but must do so if they draw an auto double card in their initial hand. If an auto double card appears after the initial draw, it functions as an ace with a value of 1 or 11. If player 2 accepts, the hand is worth 2 points. If player 2 rejects, player 1 wins 1 point. For more than 2 players, the youngest player starts with the button, which passes clockwise after each hand. Each player faces off against the player with the button. Let's walk through a 4-player example. Player 1 is on the button and playing against every other player. Players 2, 3, and 4 on the other hand are only comparing against player 1. After some back and forth of hitting and staying, player 2 busts, earning 0 points. Once all players stay, the hand ends and all players must now reveal their cards. Player 1 scores 18, player 3 scores 21, and player 4 doubles with a score of 17. Player 1 beats player 2 and player 4, and earns 3 points. 2 points for player 4 who doubled their hand value. Player 3 scores 21 and earns 1 point, having beaten the dealer. Player 4, with a lower hand value than the dealer, earns 0 points. And that's how you play 21 Bluff. Now gather your friends, shuffle those decks, and may the best bluffer win.